As always, legs can be straight or bent, out, up, or in, whatever feels good to you. Arms preferably out to the side with the palms up. But if you like to have them on your belly and your chest just to guide and encourage your breath, feel free to do that as well. And I invite you to close your eyes. If you rather have them open, but gaze on one spot rather than looking around. And then let's bring our attention to all the places where the back of the body touches the ground. And then take a deep breath in through the nose. Let it out of the mouth and feel all those contact points releasing deeper into the earth. Feeling the heaviness of the body sinking down. And then bringing awareness to the front of your body, feeling the lightness lifting up. And then maybe alternating with your mind, feeling the lightness on the inhale, the expansion, the openness, and the heaviness, the sinking, the relaxation on the exhale. Spaciousness and heaviness. Deepening the breath so that even more of your body can enjoy that spaciousness. And then we'll all bend the knees and lift the feet up to the height of the knees. And pull the belly down and really press the low back flat into the ground. As we move the legs, try to maintain that connection between the low back and the ground. It may want to kind of arch away a little bit, but you're going to keep pressing down using your abdominal strength. And then we'll lower one leg at a time today. And as you lower your leg, the knee doesn't bend any more than it begins in that right angle. And then you just bring it back up to the starting point and then do the other leg. And again, as the leg lowers, the back flattens into the ground. Now, try to coordinate the movement with your breath. I like to inhale down and exhale up. You may find it helpful to do it the other way. Let's do one more on each side. And then hug the knees into the chest. Let the belly relax. Let the back spread wide across the ground. You might rock from side to side a little if that would feel good. Massaging your back. And then we'll take the legs straight up in the air. Maybe start for a moment just holding the legs there and pointing and flexing just to warm up those hamstrings a little. Actively reaching up through the toes and then the heels. Okay. And then we'll release the arms. You might take them wide to maximize your stability. And if doing this without your hands on your back hurts you, then feel free to put your hands under the small of your back. We're going to start making circles in the air, and we'll begin with small circles, and then you'll explore if maybe you want to enlarge those circles, and perhaps getting so big that the legs practically come toward the floor. And again, how would it serve you to breathe? And then the next time you come to the top, reverse. And the next time you come to the top, stay there. And then either with your hands under your lower back or still resting out to the side, slowly lower your legs to the ground. Once your legs come down, just rest them. And if your hands are not under your buttocks, bring them there now. Press down into the elbows, lift up through the chest, and drop your head back so that it's resting on the ground. And maybe press into the elbows and get those back ribs and your heart to lift a little higher. Really expanding the lungs. See if you can feel the full capacity of your lungs to breathe. And then lift your head, looking at your feet. And then lift your feet. And if you want, you can take the hands out from under your buttocks and bring them forward or even up in the air. And we're going to do some breath of fire here. So starting with a deep breath in, and then rapid pulsating exhales. Good. And inhale down, take the arms overhead, take a deep breath, stretch long. Hold the breath. And when you need to exhale, exhale out really slowly. The eyes are open, close them and take in the sensations and the energy in the body. And then bring the knees to the chest again. Cross the feet at the ankles. We're going to rock on our back, flip over the ankles right onto hands and knees. We'll have the hands under the shoulders, the knees under the hips. Establish the rhythm of your breathing. And then on your next exhale, start to walk your hands over to the right. Going as far as you can go. And then pausing there. And then with that left hand directly below the left shoulder, inhale and push down into the left hand, taking a deep breath. And then on the exhale, see if you can go any further. We'll do that one more time. Inhaling deep, pressing down with the left arm. Exhaling, pushing into the hands to try to send yourself a little over to the right some more. And then reach your right hand back, grabbing either your right heel, or if you don't reach the heel, your leg, or if the heel is easy, maybe you can reach back for your left heel. Let your head relax down. And then continue to breathe deep, pressing into that left arm. Exhaling, using your right hand. Maybe stretch yourself open a little bit more across that left side. As you exhale, you might draw your navel toward your left waist. And then release the back hand. Walk the arms around to the front and over to the left, going as far as you can initially go. And then once you're there, land and plant your right hand firmly under your shoulder. Take a deep breath as you push down into that right hand. And then exhale and see if you can go a little bit over to the left some more. And again like that. And then reaching the left arm back. If you can grab the left heel, go ahead. If not, see what you can grab. If you can grab the right heel, do that. Let your head relax down. And keep focusing on those nice long deep inhales, pushing the right hand into the ground. And then maybe using your left hand to help deepen the stretch. And then when you have your next breath, just release and come back to the front. Good. And then we'll move the spine vertically now, and you can do a simple cat and cow, rounding on the exhale, arching on the inhale. You can do a downward dog on your exhale if you prefer. You can do an upward dog on your inhale if you prefer, rolling onto the tops of the feet and being on just the hands and the tops of the feet. The rest of the body's not touching the ground. Going back and forth between the two. You can add a chaturanga in a plank if you want. Inhaling into plank, exhaling, bending the elbows and hovering over the ground. Inhaling into upward dog, exhaling into downward dog. Just let it be whatever serves you. And it doesn't have to be one thing. You can be doing cat and cow and then suddenly feel like you want to do a downward dog and do a downward dog. Just listen to your body. And see if you can distinguish between being guided by your ego and being guided by your body. Sometimes our ego thinks we need something, but the body really wants something else completely. So hopefully, as we do yoga, we learn more and more to listen to the body and quiet the mind. And if you're doing a variation where the knees are off the ground, we'll bring the knees onto the ground and let's all come to a table position. Beautiful. Inhale, left arm lifts up. And exhale, threaded through, coming behind that right hand, resting on the head, cross the ankles. Take a deep breath in, exhale, push into the right hand, rolling toward the back of the head. And then send that right arm up and back behind you. Squeeze the ankles as you breathe in. Relax as you breathe out. And return that right hand to the ground. Press yourself up. Uncross your ankles. Back to table. And inhale right on up. Exhale. Thread it behind that left hand. Come onto the shoulder, onto the head. Cross the ankles. Take a deep breath. Push into the left hand and roll to the back of the head. And then send that left arm up and back. And squeeze the ankles as you breathe in. Nice deep breath. Feel the relaxation of the exhale. And return the hand down. Press back up to hands and knees, uncross the ankles, round the back. Lift the belly, tuck the tailbone, drop the head, push the hands into the ground. Breathe into the back body. And then come back into a plank, into a table, and walk the hands one hand's length forward. Curl the toes under. Take a breath in. And then exhale and lift the knees. And push into your hands to send your ribs back toward your thighs with your knees bent, your head down. And imagine that as you push forward with your hands, the creases at the tops of your thighs move back. And then that length may cause those arms to come out of the socket, so just roll them down your back. Good. And then we're going to straighten the legs and bend the legs. Straighten the legs, bend the legs. Nothing else changes. The hands stay firmly pressing forward. And then keep the legs straight. See if the shoulders can roll down the back even more. Let the elbows roll down toward the ground. The inner elbows roll up. Keep the head down and breathe slowly. Filling your lungs from bottom to top, sinking the chest on the exhale, pressing the heels down. And then on an inhale, lift your right leg, flex your right foot. Keep the hips level with each other so they're facing down. And then just imagine a string is pulling your right heel up higher. And then a weight is pressing your left heel down deeper. Good. And then you can let that left heel roll out to the left a little bit. Bend the right knee. And then press the right foot back, looking under your right shoulder. Push into your hands. Breathe into this. Left leg is straight, right leg is bent. And then that left heel will go back as we lower the hips and bring the right knee to the right elbow or toward the right elbow. Now we're going to straighten that right leg, keeping the hips down. So you're in a plank on one leg, and then bring the knee in. You can do this with your left knee on the ground if it feels too challenging this way. We're just going to go back and forth a few times, working those abs, bringing the knee up, sending the leg back in the air. And then this time we'll bring the knee up and actually bring it to the inside of the right hand and down onto the ground. We'll plant the hands kind of under the shoulders, coming onto the fingertips. Curl the left toes under and lift the left knee. And really press back through that left heel. And then at the same time, press forward through the tailbone. And then press down into the fingertips. Lift the chest. And then aim that left hip for the right knee. And then relax the right knee down, relax the toes down. Take a breath, lifting the chest, and exhale. Fold over your leg. And then walk your body over to the right. Press your right hand into the ground so that you keep your left hip nice and grounded. And then reach out long through your left hand. Imagine that you're breathing from your left foot to your left fingers. And then take it over to the other side. And here you can just let your head rest on your stacked hands. And then come center. Lift your torso back up so that you're on your hands again. And then bend your left leg and see if you can grab hold of your left foot. If you don't reach the foot and you have a strap handy, you can try that, or grab a hold of your pant leg. And then pull that left foot toward the left buttock. Now, some of you may be able to get the foot inside the bend of the elbow. If so, then you may be able to lift your right hand up, bring it behind you, and have the right hand meet the left hand while the foot is being held by the elbow. And then release and let your body rest onto your right sit bone and swing that left leg all the way over. And then drop onto that left sit bone as well. If you're not able to be on both sit bones in this position, then just straighten your right leg. That's perfectly fine. It's better to be on both sit bones with the leg straight than to be on just one. And then pull the left knee toward the right shoulder and lift up tall through the crown of your head and let your shoulders relax down. See if you can both lift through your crown and relax through the shoulders. And imagine that the breath is going up the spine on the inhale and down on the exhale. And feel how the body relaxes on the exhale. On your next inhale, lift the arm up, left arm. And then as you exhale, turn your body to the left. Bring the hand to the ground behind you. And then you might press into that left hand to help you lift taller on the inhale. And then as you relax into the exhale, that right hand can just move you a little bit deeper into the twist. With every inhale, breathing up. With every exhale, relaxing and turning. And then on an inhale, come back to center. And bring the hands kind of behind you. Push into them to roll yourself forward. Undo your knees. Bring your hands in front of your shoulders. And on an exhale, lift into downward dog. Fingers spread, all 10 fingers working. And on your next inhale, lift your left leg, flex your foot. And again, we're not trying to get the leg as high as possible and roll that left hip open in the process. We want to keep the hips level. And then inhale and just float that left heel up. And exhale, press that right heel down. Beautiful. Now that back foot can pivot a little bit as we bend the left knee and push back into the flex left foot. Push into the space behind you. Take your gaze under your left arm and keep your hands working. And then the back heel will return as we lower the hips and bring the left knee to the left elbow. You can bring your right knee to the ground if you need to. And we're just going to straighten that left leg, and then bring it back into the elbow and send it back and in. Use your breath. Give yourself the benefit of the oxygen to fuel your strength. And then this next time, just bring that left knee in to the inside of your left hand, coming up onto your fingertips, back toes curled under, back knee lifts off the ground, press back through your heel. And then see if you can simultaneously press forward through your tailbone. And then press down into your fingertips, lifting your heart. And then aim your right hip bone toward your left knee. Release your back knee and toes. Take a breath in, lifting your heart. Exhale, folding over. Bring the torso over to the left side. Bring your left hand to wherever it supports you in kind of staying grounded into your right hip. So you don't want to be on your left buttock. You want the hips to both be level. And then reach out long through the right arm. Breathe long up and down the right side. And then take it over to the other side. And here you might just rest your forehead on your hands or your fists. Relaxing with each exhale. And then come center and come back up onto your hands. If you're able to, bend your back leg. Reach your right hand for your foot. Or use a towel to wrap around that foot and grab the towel or strap. And pull the buttock, pull the heel toward the buttock. And like we did on the other side, or maybe you weren't able to do it on the other side, but you can try this side because it's different. The foot in the crook of the elbow, and then the left arm up, finding the right hand. Good. Release that back leg, sinking weight into your left buttock. Swing the right leg all the way around. Into our deer pose. And then pulling that right knee toward the left shoulder and lifting tall through the crown of the head. Feel the breath lengthening you up and the exhale relaxing you. Inhale, right arm up, reaching even higher. Exhale the hand to the ground behind you, pressing down to lift tall. And then exhale, relaxing internally. And then externally, that left hand helps you move into the twist. And with an inhale, come back around to the front. Bring your hands just somewhat behind you. Push into them to roll over your knees. Hands will be under the shoulders, so not in front, but under. And then we'll curl the toes under and lift the knees, coming into a plank. And you can do a modified plank, which has the knees down, but there's still a straight line from the ground to the shoulders. Tailbone moving forward. Okay. And then we're going to try Chaturanga, so knees can come down for this. We're going to keep the elbows bent really close by the side of the body and then just slowly lower down. Hands are not wide like a push-up. They're really narrow, shoulder width. And you hover over the ground if you can. Breathing. And then bring your pelvis down. Send your elbows back, rolling your shoulders back. Press your hips into the ground. Bend both knees. Reach your hands back for your feet. Really pressing down into the pubic bone. Inhale, lift the gaze. Lift the ribs. Exhale, kick the feet up and back. Now, as you inhale, try to feel your ribs peeling off the ground. And then as you exhale, instead of lowering them, lift the legs higher. then release down. Good job, you guys. Rest your forehead on your hands, or if you prefer, just turn your head to one side. Breathe with the earth. Feel the way the body moves with the breath. And then bring your hands under your shoulders. Press your hips back, keeping your arms extended overhead. Push forward into your hands to send your hips back. Lift your hips off your heels. Curl your toes under. Lift your knees and walk your hands back to your feet. Bring your hands onto your shins, pressing slightly back into your shins. Lift your chin and chest. Draw your shoulders back. Body parallel to the ground. Then take your gaze down to the ground. And then you can leave your hands here. You can bring your arms back behind you. Out to the side is a little harder. Straight out in front is harder still. And then from here, lift the body all the way up to standing. Arms reaching up. Shoulders down. Closing the eyes and feeling the inhale. Moving upward. The exhale sinking down. Lower the arms. Let the weight come down into your left leg. Feel the foot really planting itself into the earth. Feel the breath still moving, slow, steady. Let the eyes open softly, looking at a spot in front of you. And lift the right leg. If you can take hold of your big toe and still straighten your leg out to the side, go ahead and do that. Otherwise, just hold on to your leg wherever you're able. Your left hand will come to the hip. And try to have that leg out to the side, not in front of you. Feel like you can turn your head to the left and look over your left shoulder. And then release that leg. Relax your hands. Close your eyes. Feel your legs, feet sinking down. Feel your breath. See if you can stay connected to the feeling of your breath while opening your eyes, gazing on one spot. Really steadying the mind with the breath, steadying the balance with your gaze. And then lifting the left leg, sending it out to the side, right hand on the right hip. And then open the leg back, really stretching that inner thigh. Again, if you can look over your right shoulder. And come back to the front, release, close the eyes, and just feel feet landing. On an inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. And then you can bring your hands to the backs of your calves or thighs. And inhale and push hands into legs. Or if you're more flexible and you wish, you can bring your hands under your feet, keeping the knees straight. So don't do anything that requires the legs to bend. And if your hands are under your feet, as you exhale, you can imagine that you're trying to pull your hands out from under your feet. And then slowly bend your knees, lowering your buttocks down toward your heels. Heels off the ground. And then bring the hands together at the heart. Drop the tailbone, drop the shoulders. And if you have the balance and the inclination, you might close your eyes. And then bring the hands back down. Lower yourself onto your buttocks. And then with the arms forward or up, slowly curl your spine back down onto the ground. And once you've come down and your head is relaxed, lift your buttocks, tuck your tailbone, release back down, and straighten the legs and shake them out. If you're using an eye pillow, you might place that on your eyes now. And we'll let the legs rest and take the arms out away from the body, palms up. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth, sinking the weight of the body into the ground. Inhaling deep. Exhaling out of the mouth, releasing the jaw, slightly parting the lips. Face relaxed. Inhale deep. Exhale out of the mouth. Letting go of the activity of the mind. instead letting your attention come to rest in the feeling of the breath. You can even let the breath rest, so no longer needing to take deep breaths or slow breaths, or really even to take breaths at all. Just receive the breath that's given. Whatever it is, feel it in your body. And let the awareness track the breath from the beginning of the inhale to the end of the inhale, to the beginning of the exhale, to the end of the exhale. Training your mind in the entirety of the breath, the sensation of the breath, the gift. Now go deeply relaxed. Letting go. Letting move into your heart. Move fingers and toes. Reach the arms overhead. Take a deep breath. Stretch long. Hug the knees to the chest. Rocking side to side. Feeling the ground. Massaging the back. Finding center, bringing hands together, bottoms of the feet together, rub hand to hand and foot to foot. And then roll over onto your side, resting your head on your underside arm, resting your body on the ground. Perhaps seeing again if you can feel that lightness from the inhale and the heaviness from the exhale. When you're ready, begin to press yourself up. Let your head come up last. Into any comfortable seated position. Sinking down into the sit bones. Lifting tall through the crown of the head. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands together. Inhale the heart up to the hands. Exhale, shoulders relax. Inhale deeply, breathing in from bottom to top. Take it all in. And let it all go. Drop the chin to the chest. Namaste.